Stopping some of the largest wildfires comes down to the fire line.
So I'm trying to separate the fire from the fuel that it's burning. So by creating this dirt path, I'm actually stopping the forward progress of the fire.
Wildfire seasons are starting earlier and lasting much longer than usual in the U.S.
It feels challenging because these fires are very large and resources are stretched thin.
Oregon's Bootleg fire has burned through an area more than double the size of New York City, and firefighters are working long hours to put it out.
You've got to have people or bulldozers on the ground to stop the spread of the flames.
We followed them for a day to see what it's like.
We're going to jump right back into what operations is calling a rowdy fire day.
Nearly 2,000 people are working to contain the Bootleg fire. Crews from New Mexico, the Oregon National Guard, and Alaska are all here.
Your day starts at about 5 a.m. and you find out what your assignment is for the day. And then it usually involves a long drive to your division. Constructing direct fire line is the best way to stop a fire from advancing. And this is a low intensity burn through pine needles, but it looks like it's pretty thick.
The fire here may seem mild, but if little pockets of vegetation are left burning, the flames can expand in unpredictable ways.
And we can see how it's stopping the spread of the fire right here because there's nothing left for it to consume once it hits this dirt fire line. Depending on what type of firefighter you are, your day would consist of about 12 to 14 hours of doing that. Here's an area that would require a lot more attention. This is a dead and down tree stump, so you can see the fire is going to consume that and probably stay burning for many hours, maybe days. So this would require water or just a nice fire line around it and letting it burn out by itself.
But some parts of the forest can still be salvaged.
There's not a lot of slash or fallen trees on the ground here, so there's not ladder fuels to carry the fire into the treetops. So these trees are going to survive. Most of them are going to survive this.
Mike also has a plan for survival, since a change in winds could make flames spread more quickly.
I need to have my escape routes in place, and at this time my escape route is back down this short piece of fire line to the road. I'm in my 33rd fire season. I'm 54 years old. So I've fought probably more than 350 fires or so.
The Bootleg fire has been burning since July and isn't expected to be contained until October. But this land will take much longer than that to recover.
Kind of looks like a graveyard of big trees and little trees. Those were tall trees that just burned down to toothpicks, basically. But it was obviously very windy and was driven through the treetops from top to bottom. The embers from the pine needles and the branches, they're just flying for probably a quarter mile, half mile, and starting fires ahead. So that in turn feeds the fire that's coming. So it's just it's like leapfrog at that point. You know, once they get a lot of rain here, growth will, begin. It already is. But it's gonna take some decades for those to come back.
So how do we contain a fire like the Bootleg fire?
1 foot at a time.